So right now, with some help from 1001 Bricks, I was able to get the complete file of the Bricklink minifigure catalog right now, 16,095 minifigures. So I already did some, so I'll just fast forward through a few of them. And so what I'm doing is, it's now at 15,826. I'm first just going through and just deleting all of the ones that are for sure not going to be affected by this by sorting by item ID. I think that's how I did it, and because no normal minifigure like will have them in this area. So then right now I can just go confirm these are all like Duplo and then erase those. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter down the list, and this is a complete list of all minifigures on the Bricklink catalog. It started with 16,905, which as you can see, 16,095, which as you can see on Bricklink is the complete number. So then what it'll do is get to the minifigures that'll be affected, get rid of all the modified heads and stuff like that, and then I'll have a complete list of all of the minifigures. And then I've got several ideas on potential solutions for this. One would be to first duplicate all the minifigures, then just delete everything from their inventories except for the heads. So I'll just see if I can find an example of this. Let me just scroll down to like right here as an example. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the list. So I do Control D for duplicate, and then I would go and click part out item. And so for the duplicated one, I could then delete this and delete this. And then if I save this file, then I could say, okay, so zip041 always had a solid head. Although since solid heads aren't being removed, then that would be fine. But this here is the approach that I'm thinking of, and then once that would be done for all the minifigures, then this here could be saved, and then if needed in the future to make it look nicer, it could be adjusted so that all of it's more presentable to add and stuff like that. So then this way, even if Bricklink does proceed, which most likely they will, then there'll still be a file like this that will be around there that I hope to be able to make public somehow, so that people can still find all of the exact version. And I might still just even include the solid stud heads in these things here, just in case something ever happens for that, although that's extremely unlikely and I'm not expecting that in the slightest. But then I just might leave those in for now and stuff like that. And this won't include the ones like, for example, let me get an example up here. So Anakin, and then just go minifigure, get this one here. As you can see, some of them will have a thing for this minifigure has been found with both B and C style head. And the only way to really find that note, to the best of my knowledge, is to manually check up each item on Bricklink and check their notes. So I'm probably not going to be doing that. But then for things like this here, it's going to be like that already. I my explanations breaking down a whole bunch already now, but then at least this way here, we'll have a list of all of the different minifigures for what heads they had. But yeah, we'll see what progress can be made and stuff like that. And I guess I'll check back in eventually and yeah, see what happens. Though I did just think that I could use site with the Bricklink thing and then quotations for this minifigure has been found with both B and C style heads, and then that would just bring up all of the inventories that have that note. So that is one potential solution, because if you scroll down and just open up a random one, then you'll see that note. So I may look into that. But for the Brickstore file, I've gotten it down from 16,095 to 14,444 so far. Well, that might explain it. Turns out I somehow never put last week's vlog as public, so sorry about that. I guess I'm gonna make both of them public. I probably butchered that, not outreach, but one of the words for how, since both videos are out at the same time, one will perform and the other won't, because then excuse me, it'll just be the same or something. I don't know how to explain it, but well, they're out now, so guess I kind of messed that up. Sorry. Just did my first go through of the list now completely, and it's now below 12,000. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is if I can Oh, it's already on the side. As you can see, there is a sort by year option here. So now I'm going to go to the very top. A lot of these don't have years because a lot of these ones aren't in any sets because these ones here are deleted from the catalog. Not all of them, but actually, well, maybe all of these that don't have years. Maybe not all of them, I'm not sure. Yeah, like a lot of them you'll see undetermined, torso and stuff like that. And so like these ones for sure, undetermined. SP010, let me just check this one. Here, it's, yeah, it was replaced with that. And so that one is a neon green light compared to a transparent yellow. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, then all of these things here, for the most part, they've got no inventory and they're in no set because they are just no longer ones in the catalog because they've been replaced by others. But yeah, so that goes down to, well, some of these, not so much. These are from the new sets that aren't inventoried yet, so they have no year because they're not in any inventories. But then up to there is like that, and then I'll figure out all the years on what the heads start and just work from there. This is where I'm calling it a day for now. I was able to go through a couple of the ones without years. I only deleted the ones without inventories for now, or ones that were marked for deletion. So there are still a few left that don't have any of that, and that do have that but just don't have years, so that is there. And then I deleted everything prior to 1978 because those were the really old version of the minifigures that only had the solid stud heads. They're the 1 second, I think I had it up. Well, it's these ones, basically all of the old 045, old 040 and stuff like that. It's just these ones here because blocked open studs, the earliest was 1978 or 1979 that they started showing up. So I just deleted that, and so now we are left with these 11,700 basically left. And so now my brain's not really working, and I just saw Life on Mars that I had missed. Here's this one that can go, and yeah, still missing a few on this list that should be gone, like these Life on Mars ones, since none of them actually use a minifigure head, so that stuff can go. But then yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I need to try and mentally figure out exactly how the best way to proceed for this will be. But yeah, gonna hopefully pick up on this tomorrow or so, but at least the first part is done, and the rest of it isn't really super hard work. And I just closed the page by accident. I'll have to reopen it again. But then yeah, it's not I think, yeah, this is a list. It's not really hard work left. It's just trying to figure out what to do. But yeah, then I guess I should probably get to work on this stuff now. It's 8:30 and I haven't done any of it yet. So I did finish processing the 2 orders and rebuilding 2 of the cards from the stack. So I got these ones rebuilt, a couple put away. So yeah, Indiana Jones has sold 31 times now, and I still got plenty of him left to go. Some torsos, legs, heads, some partially completed ones. Then his messenger pouch, his hat, and I got the whips in the one drawer. So then I don't have time today, but then tomorrow I can pick up where I left off with the cards. Yogurt time. So got the rest of the Sonic sets in the mail. I'll double check before, well, actually I might as well check now. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. So yeah, all of them are here now. And then I had 1 Bricklink order in the mail. Let me get it out of the bag. Well, there's the business card. And then they packed it inside of a grocery fruit or vegetable bag, and so that was interesting. I know a lot of their stuff was quite cheap. I think they were closing down or something, so I got some other stuff that wasn't really on my list. Can't remember what I went here for. I think I went here for one of those Star Wars Night of Ren minifigures or something. Nothing else in the bag. Or is that something there? That might just be packaging. 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, that's just packaging. So let's open this up here and check. So in this bag, there is, oh, well, maybe I just picked up the helmet instead of the whole minifigure, I'm not sure. But then there's that helmet there, and then this piece here, which is a real expensive one, but 2 minifigures needed dimensions for it, so got those parts there. And then these ones here were only like 10 or something each. These are the older version, that is a good price, but like everyone's had tried to panic sell them for super cheap prices, even though they're still actively selling for about what they were before. So I picked them up because they were super cheap, because they had a sale and everything like that. And then just a couple other minifigures I needed. I did need this one here, and it was like only $15 or $20 or something. And then just picked up that one because it was cheap. This one here, I might need one, I'm not sure, but then I just picked them up because they were quite cheap. And then just another couple random things that I needed. So there was that. Then the other Sonic stuff was in the mail, but I already said that. And then this here is the lot that I got. The oh, that's a good one there. That red mask there. I'll look that up, but that's a quite nice find. I didn't even see it in here, but this here is the lot that I won on eBay for $840. So that's that. And then the armor thing that I mentioned in the prior vlog, it's definitely not Lego, so there's that. But then actually I'm gonna just search that up real quick here. And okay, there's my mouse. Red mask of, so yeah, then that is this one here. It's about a $10 to $18 mask, so pretty nice there. It's in 2 different ones. It's that one and that one, but overall nice find. And then also just wanted to not double check, but show on here they no, not that. Where is it? They posted the list. Where is it? Right here, I think. Yeah, the list is finished. So yeah, now complete list for all the stuff. So it's the same stuff as before. But then let's see. For the torsos, which is including the old space now, it says 34 torsos with ribs will be merged. However, some or all of these may be preserved based on differences in print. So there's a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance that we might be able to save the separate entries for the space torsos, which is something that hopefully we can save, but honestly have no idea still. And then the other thing is that was worded slightly weirdly. I'm not sure if they updated it since. No, they don't think they updated it, but it says blocked and vented studs will be merged, which makes it sound like blocked and vented studs will be merged, but it's just worded really weird. I did ask him and he did clarify that it is blocked and vented studs will be merged with hollow studs. So instead of a blocked open stud and a vented stud being merged together, it's a blocked open stud and a vented stud being merged into the hollow stud, which is what didn't want. But it was worded really weirdly, which almost gave some false hope that we might just not be having any issues with that, but sadly it's not happening. And then also the other thing is it was in this thread as well, for the one other part with all of the different inside supports that's changing. It's where is it? Right here. Axidae had spent thousands of dollars tracking down the one variant for this part here, and so now Bricklink's just completely throwing away all that work that he did, which is quite sad. But yeah, that's not too nice. Not sure when the original one was added to the catalog, but yeah, that's quite sad that all that work and effort's being thrown out. But then what I am going to be doing in addition to the brick store file with this is I am going to go to the web archive, and then I'm going to go to these pages here, and then it'll be this page here. It'll have the brick number, and stuff like that. And then I'll just web archive this page so that anyone will be able to do that. I can't do that for the minifigure heads. Really, I'll try and do it for like the blocked open and hollow heads for the standard grin, but there's just so many different print variations and stuff like that. So it's not realistically possible for that. But then for these ones here, since it's basically 3 or so pages, well, I'll have to do a few for them. Like for example, this one here, I'll do it for all the sets, then the minifigures, then the parts, then the books, then the gear and stuff like that, just so it's all at least kept so that Axiday's work isn't completely thrown out. So yeah, I'll just open up the web archive here and then just archive these pages so that it can stay forever. But then yeah, I'll have to try to work some more on the minifigures. But yeah, then before I get to parting out those sets, I do want to quickly finish with the eBay cards I couldn't finish yesterday, and then also process this order. But then after this, it'll be time for this. But then yeah, like I mentioned prior, this here is not going to be listed for a very long time, and that's a Spiders helmet there, the transparent clear one. That's always nice. And a man bat there. But then yeah, this here is just going to be put into the backlog, and it's the type of thing that I'm going to be trying to build up a whole bunch of. And then once all of the standard use stuff is listed and I don't have any more of it, then I'll be trying to go through some of this. So hopefully I'll be able to build up a good backlog of it. But yeah, then I will leave that. And so yeah, time to get to work. So all of Axiday's stuff has now been archived into the web archive. I did save the links on my computer as well to find them better if I need them in the future, and to somehow, hopefully, if needed one day, put this stuff somewhere other people can find. But then this way here, you can open up any of the links, and actually this here is a gear one, so it's not going to be too crazy. But then let's see, minifigure overview, I think that's one of the larger ones, although this may be the main product page. No, it's not. Okay, so then this here, I did save the base entry for the part itself along with all of the sub entries. So yeah, then this way here, the images do take a second to load, but they are all here for the images, the sets, the quantity, all that stuff, and also the not sure, did I just scroll past the thing? No, it's still sorting by colors there. But then if you scroll to the very bottom, then if you scroll up far enough, you'll see where the dividing lines are. But then right here, actually I was close enough, but it's the last second of loading, so it goes real slow for a second, but it'll go good in a second. But yeah, then over here, and Doppler is not not responding. Okay, there we go. But then it was, yeah, right here you can see it sorts them all by alternates and stuff like that. The images do normally work, but they're just not having too good of a time right now. But then yeah, you'll have all of that data and all that stuff, so at least this way you'll be able to see all of that stuff. Even once Bricklink merges it and gets rid of all that stuff, it's at least saved now. Just had a nice order, sold 2 Lego sets, and it's the modular store and the construction site, and I adjusted their prices a bit, and so then they sold for just shy of $1,700. I did have them priced higher and stuff like that, but then they had just been sitting for let's see, 2023, about almost a year now or so, and I was just like, you know what, I'll just adjust the prices to be a bit closer to the current market. And so then I did that, and because they're going up a little bit slower than I was hoping, so then I just adjusted the prices, put them like 10-15% lower or so, and they sold now, so that was nice. And that is good, because I was looking at some auctions that are ending in a couple days or so, and then that will hopefully be able to go for that. And at least it's not going to a zero feedback buyer this time, although if it was, it wouldn't be too big a deal. But it is nice knowing that the buyer does have some feedback for a higher dollar order like that. But then, yeah. Finally, I didn't actually get to the cards before the Sonic sets, but then now I will be finishing up with all the Sonic stuff before I do get back to the cards. But these things are actually $2 a piece, so I might list them. And those ones are small enough to go to-go letter mail, so I'll probably still list those. But then I am going to look at adding the weight for the Motobug since that's missing, but I will be parting out most of them because despite it being out since September of last year, in the last 6 months, only 10 of them have sold. So yeah, it's just not too fast to sell her, which for comparison, in the same time period, at least I think, since a little bit earlier, but Sonic has sold 122 of them, and this here is mostly made up of standard bricks, so then I'll just part that out. It's parts out for about half the price that it sells complete, so I'll sell a few complete, parts them out, and then the ones that I sell complete I'll use to grab the weight of it, but yeah, good progress. So all of the sets are now put away, all of the parts, and so that is 5,800 items, 109 lots for 1426.29. And then now I have the Motobug things to part out. So those containers are here for 17 copies of each of those, and then I just need to consolidate the lots that there was no room, and then it's all done. And that is now the Motobugs, all 17 remaining, 561 items in 17 lots for 76.50. And so all of that stuff is done. So I just need to consolidate these things here, and then I can process this order, then work on rebuilding these cards, and then pull orders, and then it'll probably be time to call it a day. So yeah, then these are the two Lego sets that sold. It was the construction modular and the Lego store modular. Modular Lego store, modular construction site. And this one here is a relatively small box, but this one here is a massive box. Want to say it's pretty close, not quite, but it's thicker than the Daily Bugle, but not quite as tall. But similar width. So yeah, it's pretty large. So I'm trying to remember if I got it in one of these ones here, but I might realistically end up sending it in 2 packages, because if you try to put that much, like if I were to put these both in the same box, then when it's shipped out, if the box is upside down, then this thing sitting on top of this could crush it, and that wouldn't be good and stuff like that. So that point, the logical precaution would be to make it double boxed on the inside, but then that just adds a whole bunch. But then the simpler solution is to just pack them in separate boxes. I'll take a bit of a hit on shipping, but that's fine and stuff like that. But yeah, then I'll have to see if I got some good boxes here or something. But yeah, those are the 2 sets that sold. So unless I'm seeing things wrong, the seller actually had the wrong thing listed, intentionally or not, I have no idea, but I'm going to have to message them about it, because this helmet here is one with holes in it, and I'm curious if I can see the part number in it. Yeah, the part number is 2019, and when you look, these here are the, why does it always do that? Well, I have the thing up here for new relation. So then there's this one and this one here. As you can see, this one here has the bump there, but no hole there, compared to this one, which has the bump and the hole. And so this one is, let me just get rid of that. I ordered SW1097, and when you look at the one without the hole, that's from 1097, but the one with the hole, which is what I got 2 of, is from the modern ones, which are practically not worth anything even remotely close. Like this here, it's like a $5 minifigure and stuff like that. And I think everything else in the inventories is pretty much the same, except the helmet is a bit different. I'll actually know the torso says it's different. They might have used the, nope, this here's one of the new torsos and one of the old torsos or something like that. Or both might have been in it. Yeah, this year's with both the old and the new and stuff like that. So it's just a weird combination of parts. But this one here, they're actually both of them, by the looks of it, are just from the new battle pack, but thrown in, make to look like the old one. So I'll have to message them about that. So unfortunately for a second day, I didn't have enough time to finish all of the cards, so I am just going to put these last few away that I was able to work on because of the sets that sold. Tomorrow is going to be a busy shipping day, so I won't really have time to pull the orders in the morning since it'll probably take a little while to pack those things up. So instead of finishing with the cards tonight, I am going to move that stuff to the side, and I'm going to pull all of the orders now, and then tomorrow, which will be day 3 at that point, get back to work on those. But that actually works fine because then I can rebuild tomorrow's cards, and then also if I get any mail tomorrow, then I can also work on that. And then some of the parts for this are now approved, so then I was able to work on that a little bit. I have the inventory for the box added. I have the inventory for nubs added, and I have the inventory for this guy added. Waiting on the hair, head, and torso for this minifigure as the very last parts for the entire set before it's all done. Just probably because I, for the name for the hair, put upside down ponytail because I have no idea about the names of different hairstyles or anything like that. So they're just probably delayed it for now, so that they could figure out what it's called. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I'll get to work, pull orders, and then hopefully tomorrow can finish up with the eBay cards. Yogurt day. So then just getting to work today, and then got one more package from Lego and one from Bricklink in the mail today. So then let's just see that. Also, I took down one minifigure for eBay for rebuilding, but then from Lego, it wasn't fully opened like this, but it was like partially opened again. These Lego packages just love to open up in the middle of transit, so that is another 600 or so of the dark purple air tanks. I know that I've got another air tank one here, so those should be the same amount, and it's like 680 or something in each bag. So there is that one. There's nothing else in that bag. And then the other package is from what country? Let's see, Norway. So this is from Norway, and I went to this store because this minifigure was missing dimensions, so I was gonna just buy his helmet, but the whole minifigure was cheaper than the cheapest helmet once I calculated in shipping costs. So I just picked up the whole minifigure for dimensions, and then they had just a few other random things that I needed. Is there anything else in the bag? Yes, there is. This head here. So yeah, just a couple of miscellaneous things in that package. And then heard back about the 2 clone troopers. The guy said he's going to be sending a refund on Monday or something like that. So that's there. Then most of the parts from this were approved. However, the admin wanted me to confirm the color of the freckles and eyebrows. And looking at what they said, that definitely looks like dark orange. And stuff, I thought it was reddish brown, but I am not good with colors, so I'll take the admin's word on that. And because yeah, now that they say it looks like it's dark orange, it definitely looks like it's dark orange instead of reddish brown. But there's that. So I still got a few more orders to pull, but then I did bring down this big box here from upstairs, so that should potentially be able to hold this, because this here's the box that the Daily Bugle was shipped in, I think. And so let's see here. It might just be big enough. I'm not sure. So we'll have to see. Might have to Frankenbox it or something like that. But yeah, lots of work to do. So this here is how the larger of the two sets is being packed up. I don't have a box tall enough, so then there's this cardboard thing going around it, and then there's bubbles all around that. It's bubble wrapped a whole bunch on the inside, as you can see a bit there. That's the set, and then there's just bubbles all around it and everything like that. And then here is the other one. It's already packed up. It's much smaller than that one, so yeah, just getting this all packed up. Both of the large sets are now fully packed up. The signature confirmation was like $15 extra through FedEx, but since there was such a high dollar value and PayPal requires it for all transactions over like $800 or something like that, I had no choice really. So there's signature on it, and yeah, both of them are now packed up. And for reference, excluding signatures and insurance costs, the top package was about $30 to ship, and the bottom package was about $50 to ship. The buyer paid $30 on shipping, so that would mean I'm out about $50 or so, but that was fine. That's expected with stuff like that. But it's for reasons like that, I don't really sell too many sets on Bricklink and stuff like that, because you'll often take a hit on shipping, especially when shipping international and stuff like that. So I'd rather part it out. What's worth more parted out. It's more work though, but you don't ever usually get such a hit on shipping. But honestly, $50 for a $1,700 purchase is not a big deal. But yeah, then that's all packed up, and all of the other orders are packed up. So time to go to the post office. So finally, after 3 days, I finally finished with all the eBay cards. So I rebuilt a few more and added more parts to the wanted list for the others. But yeah, now that that is done, it is time to get back to working on this. I've been thinking about different options and stuff like that, so I will be looking more into that. Yeah, going to put this stuff away and then get back to work on this. It doth seem to be snoweth. So I made some progress now. I've done, well, it's just that there. But then for the ones without year, I just manually quickly checked. So for all of these, I just checked and then put in what was on Bricklink for those. And then from here, I went, starting in 1978, I went year by year, and then I checked and did what was standard. So for these ones, they were solid, but then what I did was I checked for the grin version, and then I, like for example, this one here, I would have gone to the standard grin thing, and then sorted by year, so 1978, which is this, and then I would open that in a new tab, and then I would look at all the minifigures on that list, and then I would check the inventories of the minifigures, because some of them would have had the blocked open stud version, so then I updated it accordingly for that. So then a few of those were done like that, and then most of them are still solid at this point in the timeline. And for the ones that aren't, it's mostly because they were also released in different sets later on. So for example, if I were to open it up, PLN027, on here, this here was released from 1978 to 1991, so it has blocked open stud as the normal type, and then it would have had the solid stud in the early copies and stuff like that. But then looking at that, I might actually be able to simplify this process a whole bunch if what I do is I do the site search thing and just put in some of the quotations from this and have blocked open stud and stuff like that. I might be able to make this part a whole bunch faster, but then either way, those ones there are all done up to there. And then from 2013 on, I went and added hollow stud head for all of them. I know some of them in the more recent last several years have had vented, although vented studs have been around since 2013, so they're not necessarily a brand new part or anything, but until the late 2010s or early 2020s, they were only on transparent parts. So the vast majority of minifigures, like just for example, this one here has got a yellow head, so then it's not going to have a vented stud, so I could ignore that. So I did hollow stud for all of those, but then I ended up going with the site thing, and then I would add in the year and then add in hollow stud head along with the note. And then with that, I was able to find exceptions like this one here where he had both of them, because then that would lead to this type of page here, and then I can just check, because I'm basically doing a search for all of Bricklink where the number 2013 is somewhere on the page. It's either on the year released or it's on the date that the minifigure was inventoried. There's one or two of them that it was the inventory date, so that wasn't from the 2013 year, which I based it off of. And then I searched for this note, and then as you can see, if you open up this, it's got the mold variant and stuff like that. So then that's what I did, and then I found all of the exceptions. I went year by year, and there's only like 2 or 3 years before there's no more blocked open studs mixed in with the sets. So then that was that there. There's not too many of them beyond 2013. So yeah, then if I were to do 2012 for that, then there's a whole bunch more. So yeah, now basically I just need to get from 2012 all the way until 1980, 70, right here, until so basically from 1982 till 2012 I have left, so that's 30 years. But then that's only up until, where is it? It's only until right here. So I've basically got from here to here left. I just quickly got all of these and all of these ones done. So it's just these ones here left, and then it will be done. But these here are the ones where it's going to take a little bit more time to get through each one. But then, yeah, should be able to get this done and hopefully get back to work eventually. But I suspect it'll take a while to finish this up. So I was able to find a more efficient method, at least for now, excuse me. It's where I first went ahead and up to the year 2000, I just set the remarks as solid stud head, but then I opened up the inventory on the side here, and then I scroll through it, and if it's a solid stud head, then just as an example, I'll go to Bricklink, and that is a really weird minifigure number, NCK LC005. This won't say anything about a blocked open stud variant on a bar at the bottom, but if I continue scrolling and see that one there is it shows as blocked open stud, and then I go to the same thing but it's a 6 here, then we will see a note in the description right here where it says early copies have a solid stud head. I'm not sure exactly why offhand, but I think it's because blocked open stud is used as the default, even if it had solid stud in the past. I'm sure there's some really simple explanation for it that's just escaping me right now. But then what I do is I simply just update it from solid stud head to solid/blocked stud head, and then it just keeps scrolling until I find the next one, which is this one here, and then I replace that note, and I continue going through the list. And then I did sort by color so that yellow is always at the top, so it's always in the same spot. And so I'm going to go through the list like this until solid stud heads aren't the predominant part, and then I'm going to work on it like that, but for the hollow and blocked and stuff like that. But yeah, then this here goes for a decent amount of the parts at least, so should be able to get a good amount done like this. So the year seems to be around 1990 that they stop having solid stud heads as the alternative. I first noticed it with the Ghost here for Gen 002. It's only got the blocked open stud version, and then also the following castle ones, except for this one here. And so I went back and checked, and the ones prior are fine. It seems to only be starting in about 1990. So let's just check one more. So Cass 1 to 8, the castle and the Forceman one seem to be the ones mostly affected at this point. So let's just see. Yeah, this one here, there's no note, it's a blocked stud only. So now for all of the castle and Forceman ones, if it shows us blocked open stud here, then it's going to just be a blocked stud here, and I'll check a few sporadically throughout, just to make sure it's staying consistent. So then now it is all done up to 2007, because looking at the hollow stud, it's 2008 for that and 2009 for this. I guess I could have just gone to 2009. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go for the complete year of 2008 and up to here. And then as you can see, I'll put this a bit larger. So yeah, they're all still blocked open. There's no hollow studs mixed in yet. Just still all blocked open, but as you can see, they're starting to get a lot of different prints. So then this here is starting to extend quite a bit, but then I will go to add comment, paste that in and press OK. And then I was just curious, so that there is from the one clone guy. So for over here, so for SW 0200, these might be the opposite where they have the thing that it was found. No, they don't. Okay. What about, let's see here, SW 0191. About that, maybe it'll have the note as well. No, it doesn't. So none of these have the notes yet. This year doesn't have any heads. I'll remove that. About about different heads. This one might. It's in multiple different years. So let's do SW0192. This will probably have the note, I'm assuming. Yeah, this year has the note in it. So I do need to go through some of these again and find that stuff, because yeah, 2008 is where it draws the line. So I will get rid of all of those notes real quick. But yeah, then so we just have from 2008 until 2000 and where is it, 13, no, 2012. So 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 5 years left, and still 18 or 19 days until the merge yogurt day. There is some hope on Bricklink now for the some of the variants. So Axiday was not happy with these parts being separated, and then it was I'm not sure if it's related to this or a different one, but some functional difference was posted in the one thread. And now if you look at the list here, with just like how for the torsos, where are the torsos? Are they up here? No, the torsos are over, I don't know where the torsos are now. Okay, right here, 34 torsos. So just like how these ones, however, some or all of these may be preserved based on differences in the print. For these classic space torsos and stuff like that, there is also now an update for the 32064 part, which is these bricks right here, saying that this variant is currently on hold. So there is hope that all of the thousands of dollars, and I can only imagine how many hours and hours of work that was from Axiday to separate all of that, hopefully that will be preserved on Bricklink now. So there is some hope for that. So that means that the torsos, along with the 1x2 axle bricks, may be left alone. So hopefully that stays as is. And I'm nearing complete for the list of the hollow and blocked stud heads. So that should be able to be preserved to some extent as well. So overall, good progress on all of that, being able to get some of that stuff saved and everything like that. But yeah, I just realized a random torso fell out of the one drawer. So yeah, there is some hope for the Bricklink catalog not completely throwing everything out. So hopefully those things are able to not be thrown away. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. Today's goal, I'm first going to start by photographing this head, because I used the render for it, but since it has two sides of the print, they asked if I could just upload a photo of that. But since my photo box isn't all set up, I'll just do a very simple photo with minor adjustments and stuff like that. And then upload that, and then that should be approved. So then, depending on when it gets approved, then sometime between now and Monday or so, then should be able to get that inventory all good and done. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, today is Saturday, so the next vlog should be out on Wednesday.